Nevadans are battle-born, but lately we've been tested like never before. So when COVID came to Nevada, Senator Cortez Masto went to work. She got loans for small businesses that saved 500,000 Nevada jobs and worked with President Biden to provide stimulus checks and tax cuts. Senator Cortez Masto got new funding to keep Nevada's first responders on the job, too. Call Senator Cortez Masto at 202-224-3542 and tell her to keep delivering relief for Nevada. Paid for by Majority Forward.
For the ones standing guard, for the eagle-eyed, for the knights in shining armor, and for all those who support them. We are Grainger, your experienced safety partner, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, committed to helping keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, clickgrainger.com/safety, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
More judicial tyranny, and that's a kind way to put it. More judicial lawlessness, more judicial thinking that they're God, and they're not. An Obama appointee, Jane Kelly of the 8th Circuit Court in Missouri, ruled that it's unconstitutional to ban abortions after 8 weeks. What a surprise. An Obama appointee, a female judge. The fact is that a child's heart starts beating at 7 weeks. To allow for a child to be killed after 7 weeks is murder. It's simply murder. And this tells you where our country's going. It's probably why God is punishing us right now, is taking our country away from us with lawless people, with heartless people, with corrupt people, with evil people, like so-called President Biden and so-called Vice President Kamala Harris and the rest of the left. They could care less about killing people. In fact, they'd like to kill you if they had the chance, particularly if you're white. This is where we are today. This is the country. It has no moral fiber, no ethical fiber. People don't stand up for what's right. That is the majority of who was in control of the federal courts. And that's why Thomas Jefferson said that federal judges, unelected, unaccountable to the people, would turn into despots and tyrants. Who do these people think they are? Do they think they're God? Do they think they can do whatever they want? Do they think they can kill? This is where we are. And it's why Jefferson predicted that every 20 years or so, because of federal judges failing to protect the American people, much less children, and children are very, very important, obviously. They are the American people, that we'd have to shed the blood of patriots and tyrants. Again, adding what's a few thousand dead to refresh the tree of liberty. Now, we don't intend to kill anybody. We don't intend to hurt anybody. But these federal judges obviously have no problem killing. And this is where we are today. And it's one of the things that we're going to put into our reenacted Constitution at Philadelphia on July 5th and 6th of this year at the Visitor Center at Independence Hall, a right to life, among many other things. I urge you to go to freedomwatchusa.org and sign up for the Third Continental Congress. We're going to declare independence again. We need to move on. Forget about these federal judges. They're not legitimate. Forget about the people in Washington, D.C. Let them continue to commit crimes against each other, crimes against humanity in this instance. This is where God, he oversees us, and he sees just how unethical, how immoral, how corrupt we have become. And this country is now paying the price. So we need to rise up and reestablish the faithful city from the tarnished city, as it says in the old book of Isaiah, which both Jews and Christians revere. Isaiah is also the chapter in the Bible that predicts the coming of the Messiah. Obviously, Christians and Jewish Christians like myself firmly believe, and I know because I've spoken with Jesus, that he's already here. He's come to me on at least 3 occasions in difficult times of my life. I know it. I don't need Bible study, although I think it's a good idea. But other people don't subscribe to that. The people in control of this country today are socialists, communists, and primarily atheists, Muslims, Black Muslims, members of the Marxian Jewish left, which also don't adhere to God, and others such as the LGBTQTs, the feminists, and others, those who would violate sacred marriage between a man and a woman. That's not Christian. That's not Jewish. The people in these groups, they're decent people in these groups. They're misguided. They're misled. But these radicals have seized control of this country, and we must take it back. And these federal judges are the biggest problem of all. They think they're God, unaccountable to the people. They think they can do whatever they want. They think they're better than we are. They just laugh at us from the bench. I know. I've been a trial lawyer for 44 years. Arrogant and lawless. And it was John Adams who said, it doesn't matter how many times you change your rulers or your forms of government. Without ethics, morality, and religion, there'll be no lasting liberty. That's clear. And this majority opinion today by this female judge of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Eighth Circuit says it all. A child's life starts beating at 7 weeks. And she, on behalf of that court, wrote an opinion that you can kill a child after 8 weeks, that the Missouri law which prevented that is unconstitutional. Well, you know what? If that's the Constitution, the hell with the Constitution, but it's not the Constitution. And we're going to make it clear at the Third Continental Congress. So go to freedomwatchusa.org. If you go, you'll get a free copy of my book. I'll sign it. We have very notable people there. I'm going to release a list very soon. And also people from all walks of life who want to take the country back and take it back to Independence Hall. Not Washington, D.C. That's Disney World. Greek buildings, we're not Greek. We're Americans. And America began at Independence Hall, and that's where it's going back. God bless you. God bless your family. God save your family. Pray for the heart and soul and fiber of this country, because we're in serious, serious trouble. The country's already been taken over by the left. We now live in virtual slavery. We must rise up peacefully and legally and take back our nation, or all will be lost for your kids, grandkids, and future generations, notwithstanding yourself. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, remember that the Father and Son will only help those that help themselves. Our founding fathers helped themselves. They invoked the divine providence, and they won the revolution and formed a new nation against all odds. We can do it again. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, thank you for listening to me.
You don't just run a hair salon. You give the best cut and color in town.
You said it.
But what if no one saw your perfectly painted highlights because they couldn't book appointments online?
Wait, what?
With help from Cox Business Internet and Voice Solutions, you can do more than accomplish everyday tasks. You can connect your craft to your customers so they can look as good as the future of your business. Get 50 megs of internet and IP-centric select for only $89 per month for 6 months. No term agreement required. Ends 8/31/21. Restrictions apply. Visit coxbusiness.com for details. All services subject to Cox Business general terms.
Nevadans are battle-born, but lately we've been tested like never before. So when COVID came to Nevada, Senator Cortez Masto went to work. She got loans for small businesses that saved 500,000 Nevada jobs and worked with President Biden to provide stimulus checks and tax cuts. Senator Cortez Masto got new funding to keep Nevada's first responders on the job, too. Call Senator Cortez Masto at 202-224-3542 and tell her to keep delivering relief for Nevada. Paid for by Majority Forward.
For the ones who know that a little late is always too late, and that the clock doesn't stop just because you're missing a part, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. And our Keep Stock inventory management solutions help ensure you have the right stuff in the right place at exactly the right time. Visit Grainger.com/keepstock to learn more. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.